All right. Hey, everybody. This is Tim Lee with the Texas Retired Teachers Association, and a couple minutes late. I appreciate your patience. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful afternoon, and what a great day. I'm so happy to be here talking to y'all and very excited about the subject matter that I get an opportunity to talk to everyone about. So today's program is going to be about some free tutoring that our foundation and our association is providing to TRTA member families. And I'm going to get into that in just a couple minutes, but let me also give you a couple of updates just so you know. This week is going to be an important week for our legislative activities. We have the Texas House talking about the state budget. I believe that's going to be on Thursday. We are thinking about restarting our Facebook Friday. And my producer, Roy Varney, who is watching this is probably thinking, oh, well, that's news to me. But what we are hoping to do as of the start of this week is we want to have our state legislative coordinator, Larry Yawn, and our state legislative chair, Nancy Byler, and myself coming on every week talking about what is going on in the legislative session and what updates we have available for everyone, so that you all know what's going currently with our legislative activities. So here's the reality. We are really in the fourth quarter. We're down to kind of the last few weeks of this regular 140-day session. And we've got big subject matter still coming up. The big issue for us, obviously the budget, as I mentioned, but we also have the cost of living adjustment bill, Senate Bill 3214, which we are really trying to move in the process. We want to get this thing to the House floor. It's passed out of the Pensions Committee. It's now in what we call the Calendars Committee. The Calendars Committee has to actually take procedural action to get this thing set for debate on the House floor. So once that occurs, it will get sent over to the Senate. And we are already talking to our Senate friends who are working on this. I want to give a shout out to two of my good friends in the Texas legislature, and that's Representative Giovanni Capriglione, who authored House Bill 3214, and then my other friend, Senator Brian Hughes. Brian has his own version of the cost of living adjustment bill. And they've just been so gracious, so helpful, and we really want to continue to support their efforts in trying to move these ideas through the process. I love your feedback on the cost of living adjustment questions. We're going to get into some of that on Friday. I've got a lot of questions about the windfall elimination provision, and I just want to remind everyone that we give a lot of airtime and a lot of our inside line time to the issues that are kind of right now in the moment. And so we get a number of questions from folks about the windfall. And because we're talking about the COLA, or we're talking about the tutor bill, or we're talking about something else, some folks may think, well, what are we doing about windfall? I just want to say that TRTA is still a leading voice on reforming the windfall. And clearly we had some news last week about Kevin Brady choosing to not seek re-election. Those of us in Texas know that Chairman Brady has been a strong champion for fixing the windfall. We also know that he very much would love to have, as part of his legacy in Congress, fixing this terrible issue. So we're going to work with his office. We are working with one of his colleagues in Massachusetts, a gentleman named Richie Neal, and one of my absolute best friends in this process, Sean Duhamel, who runs a Public Employees or Public Retirees Association in Massachusetts. And so those folks, along with TRTA, along with a lot of our friends around the country, are meeting and talking regularly about WEP and the process forward. It does not mean that we've not forgotten about the GPO. So if you're interested in the GPO, the WEP, I promise you we're working on those things. So thank you for those questions. We're going to dig into more of that on Facebook Fridays now, and hopefully we'll spend a little more time providing you direct information about these issues that really matter. And I love getting your emails. I love getting your feedback. If you don't hear an immediate response from me, I try to get back to you folks as fast as I can. So just keep them coming. And sometimes y'all send me emails and we'll use that information and testimony that we're providing or when we're meeting with an elected official. So send your stories. Let me know what's going on. So today is it's a fun day for me. I'm very excited about this idea that started about a year ago with our Retired Teachers Foundation. And the genesis of it is that the global pandemic slowed down the ability for a retiree to earn extra income as a substitute teacher. And because of, I remember one of the emails that I got on this is just as clear as me talking into this camera right now. The email said, I wish that we could fix the WEP, because now not only have I lost my Social Security benefits because of the windfall elimination provision, I've also lost my income from substitute teaching and I need help. So it was very much had a very big impact on me because, I desperately want to fix the WEP. And in those moments when the pandemic really started and schools had to go into shutdown mode, it was troubling to think of our retirees who depend on that extra income not being able to access it because of what was going on. So we often talk about the idea of the Retired Teachers of Texas starting this tutoring program as something that was born out of the pandemic, but we intend for it to last the test of time. And there's been a lot of activity over the last, 11, 12 months until we get to the point where we are today. And so our foundation, in partnership with our association, we decided that we wanted to provide a thank you gift to our TRTA member families. And one way to do that is to provide free tutoring hours for anyone whose family member may need it, anyone who's a member of TRTA. So if you're a member of the Texas Retired Teachers Association and you have a grandson or a granddaughter or a niece or a nephew, maybe your son or daughter is an educator today and they have a few students who might need some tutoring, we have 1,000 hours between the foundation and the association. We've set aside enough money to cover 1,000 hours of free tutoring. And this is a crunch time of the year for kids. I've got 4 kids in public schools, and all of those kids are completing end of the year assignments. I've got some that are doing STAR. I've got some that have been doing SAT, ACT. I've got another one that's going into advanced math. And everywhere, every time I turn around, I think to myself, what an opportunity, to provide some free tutoring. And so we want to get some traction with our tutor program, especially with our own members. And I'm going to be very honest with y'all. As much as I want to get extra tutoring hours with kids who need the help, with students, I should say, who need the help, I would like to incentivize you. If you have heard about this program, or maybe you're hearing about it for the first time and you think to yourself, you know what, I think I would like to be a tutor. I think that sounds like a good opportunity. We're really, pushing this program, and I'm going to give you some insight as to why that is. But for now, we're ending a very difficult school year. We're going to have these hours available until they're gone. So if you've got a student in your life who just needs help, like I said, on an end of the year classroom project, or, if mom and dad are stressed out and it's, college algebra time, or it's calculus, or it's chemistry time, or if you've got a young student who is working on their reading and writing skills and they just need a little extra help, it's free. And it's going to be with your fellow TRS retirees online in a safe environment. All of the tutors that we have are Texas certified educators. They have been fingerprinted and background checked through the TEA system. And we also have another check, which we have called checking against the do not hire list. So these folks are, just like all of us. We're an organization of retired educators, and this program is designed to help our students, to help our teachers, to help our schools, and we want to help our fellow TRS retirees. So if you're watching this and you are a TRTA member, if you'd like to join TRTA, we'd love to have you. You don't have to be a classroom teacher to be a TRTA member. You can join TRTA so long as you support the objectives that we have as an organization. You can join TRTA. So we would encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity. It won't last long. It is 1,000 hours, but I'd also say it's only 1,000 hours. And we really want to support our tutors. So that's the first step. And I'm going to check and say hi to a couple folks. And I see a lot of folks checking in. Deborah, hello. How are you? Charlotte, it's good to see you. I see Ricky is watching. Well, that's Mary now. Hey, Mary Snell is here. Sorry. Margaret is here. Love seeing all of the comments in the chat section. So y'all, please promote this. Please pass this around to other folks and say, hey, look, you can get some free tutoring hours. So here's the next item on our tutor program that I want to get everybody excited about. First of all, I will tell you, I love this program. Our foundation board has worked hard on this. We've got a superintendent's advisory council. We've got a tutor advisory council that has people from the teaching community, the active teaching community, the retiree teaching community, professionals in technology, professionals in law, professionals in lots of different areas, all working together to develop this program. And many of you know, I mentioned this gentleman earlier, Senator Brian Hughes has filed a bill, Senate Bill 1356. And so Senate Bill 1356 has several critical components. And I just want to kind of paint the picture here for everyone. We know that Texas students, Texas teachers, and Texas schools have made the best out of a really difficult set of circumstances this last school year. And I think we are all kind of looking ahead, and we've got our hopes and our thoughts and our prayers are thinking about the next school year. And, the Lee household, at least, is set on the idea that, hey, all the kids are going to be back to it like normal in the start of the next semester. And we believe that there's going to be a real push to try to make up for some of the missed opportunities that you would normally have during the school year, but maybe didn't have access to this year. One of my teachers has talked to us about how if you're an active teacher today, you are teaching to the kids that are in the classroom, you're teaching for the kids that are online, and you're teaching for the kids that may be sick or may have a need to make up a lot of work because they got sick during the school year. So your job is even harder today. And I thought it was hard enough to begin with, but it's even harder today. So as the next school year rolls around, Congress and the Texas legislature, the TEA, all these folks are saying, hey, we might need to make some more financial resources available to our school districts in case those students all over Texas, those students that are showing up there are going to need to make up for some missed time in the classroom, that we can help them and give them some more one-on-one kind of help. And so Chairman Hughes filed this bill, 1356, and his intention is to develop the state's not-for-profit resources around the idea of helping our schools. And it's going to be, all hands on deck kind of moment. And TRTA and TRTF are uniquely positioned to try to help. None of us knew in November or December that our tutoring program that we started last March was going to potentially become the focal point for help in the coming school year and school years potentially. And if you think about the mission critical that we are going to have an opportunity to play, our association and our foundation, having developed this program, will be able to offer a turnkey solution to all 1,100 school districts in the state of Texas to help their students who need a little extra help during the day. And tutoring can take on a lot of different forms. Number one, we support teacher and classroom activities. Nothing takes the place of a great teacher working in his or her classroom, trying to help those kids. And we come alongside that with a tutoring program where, as the bill says, if the school district works with us, tutoring will not be looked at as something that could be held against someone in their retirement, so you wouldn't be penalized for it. It's not something that's going to have a surcharge connected to it. It's something that would be exempt from some of these other rules, like may apply to being rehired in the school district, for example. So as we set up our tutoring program, we know that tutoring can be done in person, can be done online. We've got 252 chapters around the state of Texas. We're going to work to organize our TRTA locals to support this program. We're going to work to make sure that our schools know that we're available. As I said earlier, we do have a superintendent's advisory council. So if you're thinking that this Senate Bill 1356 passing and us helping schools and students, and at the same time, that you as a tutor will be able to earn extra income, if that sounds like a good idea to you, I would very much encourage you to start following the TRTA information on Senate Bill 1356, because it'll be through that bill that we really are able to open up the doors to help the schools. And I'm so excited about this. We think that with potentially the tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars that can be made available to our school districts, and then those school districts can partner with us, you talk about something that could change a kiddo's life. Y'all, I'll just be the first one to tell you, I love school. I wasn't always the best at every subject. And I remember some really challenging moments in my life in K-12, especially in high school, when I tried to understand geometry. And then I had to try to understand college algebra and calculus. And I thought that if I were not successful in those courses, it could potentially have a major impact on my ability to get in college or to be successful in life. And like a lot of you, I was pretty scared. Now, I have very supportive parents, and they did everything they could to help me. I stayed after school and did a lot of work. But I just know, because I know a lot of you, and a lot of you that are watching me right now, you know me. I know that if I had the help of a teacher, especially one who had been there, done that, who had worked with kids and who could help them understand and turn that light bulb on for them, what a difference that would have made. And so I think this tutoring program is not a money-making program for TRTF or TRTA. It is not something where, we intend to raise a whole bunch of money, and I don't even know how other foundations work. But our foundation raises money and develops programs to help people. And you do so much help for all these folks. And so when the school year is starting, and as we get into the summer schools and we get into the next school year, I think that we can have a very impactful difference on these kids' lives. Again, you all have better stories than me, but I've worked in my kids' elementary school as they would call it watchdogs. Many of you know the watchdogs program, and I've been very fortunate to be able to do that with my kids from kindergarten through 5th grade for a couple of them. And to sit there and read with a student who struggles with reading, and to know what a difference that's making, that somebody's spending that kind of time with them, y'all, we could make a big difference. And so anyway, I love the program. We're going to continue to develop it. We've got free hours for tutoring that's available. Very much want y'all to check us out for tutoring opportunities. I'll be very frank with you and upfront. We're coming at the end of this school year. We've got a summer school session. We're still finishing the legislative session where some of the laws could change that would really enhance our ability to provide the tutoring. So if you're thinking about signing up for a tutoring opportunity right now, I'd love to have you. More of that work may come as we start the fall semester. We're going to have some, we hope, over the summer. And I think we're really going to see the floodgates open. If you're a local president and you're watching this and you think your local could be helpful, we'd love for you to be in contact with us. We're going to have lots of engagement sessions on how locals can start partnering with school districts on this. Wouldn't it be great if your local unit could have a direct partnership with your ISD and get to know your teachers and your superintendents and your principals a little bit better, so that someday when those folks start retiring, they start seeking us out and wanting to get involved in carrying that torch. So I think this is a bridge builder, y'all. I really do. And I think it's something that can be very successful in a lot of different ways, but mostly for those kids who need the help. So check us out. Free tutoring hours available. We'd love to see you. I'm going to say hi to a couple more folks. I see Judy is here. Granbury, I miss seeing all my friends in Granbury. I see Jan. Hi, Jan. You're watching on YouTube. Thanks so much, y'all. Again, I mentioned this before. I'm not really good at self-promotion on these social media sites. But if you're on Facebook, you can be a friend of ours on Facebook. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I don't understand all of the algorithms that are used for Google and Facebook on YouTube and that sort of thing. But if you subscribe and then like, or if you comment on one of our videos, it really helps promote them for your fellow retirees to find them after we're done recording them. So again, Kara, it's good to see you. And if so. It's a great question that came up in the comments just now. Says, I'm trying to sign up, and it says to upload a transcript and graduated college, et cetera, et cetera. Some of our partner program with NAC, which is a company that we work with to do the onboarding of our tutors and to provide some information. And then they work with a lot of the back office stuff and provide the digital classroom. They got their start, and they're really big with colleges and universities. And so for us, what we have is just enter your retirement date. So if you're signing up to be a tutor and it says, hey, it's asking things about graduation or that sort of thing, just put in your retirement date. And if you have any other questions that come up during onboarding as a tutor, please reach out to the TRTF. And you can get help onboarding there. And I see some of those comments. Cindy Sharp is watching. Sarah Richardson is in our office, can help on that as well. And so, and you all have, you can reach out to me at tim@trta.org as well. And let's just get a couple more of these. Gloria, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for watching today. Y'all, thanks again. Check back again, Facebook Friday. I'm going to talk about WEP. I'm going to talk about the COLA and where we stand. We're going to have probably an approved budget. There were a lot of changes to the state employees retirement system being talked about in the Senate this week. So we've got a big Facebook Friday conversation coming up. A lot of policy stuff to talk about. So again, thanks y'all for watching us today. You make a world of difference, and I would really appreciate giving away as many of these 1,000 hours to your family as we can. So sign up, get some free tutoring, support it, and we look forward to working with y'all. Y'all have a great day. Appreciate it.